Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Ben. What's up, Ben? What's up, Chris?
Uh-oh. Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, Scott?
Hello, all.
What's up, Vaughn?
What's up?
Okay, so I want to give a shout out to Chad, who basically want to read some of the stuff that he had on the comment section. And again, guys, I am getting used to this whole Google Live thing, so please excuse me if. So let me just get this correctly. How's your day going, guys? Though otherwise, you guys doing good?
It's been up and down for me, but I'm doing better.
Yeah. Today, me too. But it's gonna be better because the day's almost over. Well, the night's almost over anyway. Okay, so everybody knows about the whole PlayStation thing. I was supposed to get one today. Due to weird circumstances that I said off air. Some deli has got my PlayStation 4, and I have to get it tomorrow morning. So that's why I'm not playing PlayStation today, which I'm really upset. But thank you, Chad, for all your support. I asked everybody if they could list some games that you would want me to play with you if I could buy it. He listed Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5, Nier Automata, Mass Effect, Andromeda, The Witcher 3, and then he said Little Nightmares, Limbo, Far Cry 5, Until Dawn, and Life is Strange. So
Life is Strange.
Yes,
That's a really good
yeah,
video game. Yes.
so definitely going to do whatever I can to get.
And definitely a Mass Effect.
Mass Effect is good, but I think Mass Effect is Xbox exclusive, isn't it? Or is it for PS4
No,
now?
as far as I know, it's I'll check. As far as I know, they don't have it exclusive to Xbox.
I know The Witcher is Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to. I already got my first game. I got again. I'm starting small with my old school Pac-Man Championship Edition 2. I got that ahead of it. Ratchet and Clank comes with the system. There's two, but there's going to be a video game, purchasing video when I show all the different games I'm going to buy. Please excuse, lately I've been so wrapped up in the Red Goblin phenomenon in Amazing Spider-Man 797 and the multiple variants and everything else that I've been going shopping constantly and buying those covers, trying to get every single one of them. Again, it's very expensive, so we'll see. I did buy more tonight, by the way. So
nice. Mass Effect is Xbox exclusive. So
it is? Okay.
Yeah, it is for Xbox only.
I do want to say too. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, guys.
No, let's go ahead. Go ahead. I'm good.
Well, I'm just gonna finish off with the comics. If you could find a place that has a thing where you could get free bags and boards, try to do that, because usually people sell it for like 20 cents or 40 cents. But if there's a place that actually gives it to you as a thank you when you buy comics, definitely do that, because it's better to always have a bag and a board with it, because you're gonna leave it in a bag somewhere. It's gonna get wrecked. At least if you can put it in there until you read it and tape it up, it's fine. So I recommend that highly.
Several years ago when I was into comic books. So
yeah. All right, so back to video game. Go ahead, Vaughn.
Oh no, I forgot what I said, so I'm good.
Well, Vaughn's gonna educate me. Everybody's gonna educate me. We're gonna be playing video games soon.
sounds good.
Life is Strange would be probably good because she does have the rewind power that she messes with time. So
okay. Now I have to ask Chris a question. Today I took a video of all the Ready Player One posters throughout the city. I think I got most of them. What is this deal that Steven Spielberg was not given permission to do Star Wars or even his own creations like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, like his own movies? Why didn't they just let him do it?
Well, Star Wars I can understand to a point, because they're really tightly holding that right now. So I mean that.
But George Lucas would have did that in 5 minutes, though.
Probably, but since he's not in charge anymore, then it's up to really Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger and all of them.
So I guess he's not as close to them as he thought.
As far as his stuff being in it, I don't really know why he can't have his stuff in it. That maybe sounds like a studio thing to me, but they got all these other things in there. Like, what's the problem? Like, I don't really see a problem with him having something like the spaceship from Close Encounters or something.
You got the
They
DeLorean.
didn't get the rights to do that. They wouldn't give it to him.
There's
even a
Let me ask you
picture.
a question. They really expect this to take off where it's going to be franchise material?
Well,
The book is
I don't know
hated by a
what's-
lot of people.
yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with this movie, but for some reason there's an active campaign to like keep this movie from getting into theaters.
Why?
First, I have no idea. There are people out there who literally think this is like the worst movie ever made.
Oh my God!
Like to the point where they're like, boycott the fucking movie, and people are like, why? And they're like, just do it. And it's just like, what? Okay, why?
Wow.
Because I heard this book was really, really good, and I don't know if it's that group of people that are like, they're gonna butcher the book, but like, I don't know. I don't know where this came from. So if anybody knows, please tell
Could
us
this
in
be
the comments
similar to
section.
the whole Dante's Inferno thing, where the company that made the video game purposely sent people out to masquerade as protesters?
I have no idea.
So I guess we're not going to have Ready Player 2.
Oh,
Come on! I had to.
God, jeez.
Unless
I had
it's
to
really
do it.
good. Like,
Jeez.
unless most of the... Because I'm sure most of the population doesn't even know that this is happening, so they're going to go see it anyway. But I don't know. Like, there are people... Like, it's like violent hatred for this movie.
Really?
And I don't really know why.
Wow.
Like China
Who's
probably
going to
love
bomb? You think?
It's just ridiculous, man. Let them people make
Yeah.
a movie that shows creativity and stop trying to stifle it. People don't have no better thing to do. Just let the world burn, basically.
But we're bored and we have a life, so we gotta make ourselves seem somewhat important.
We live in a world where somebody called me a pigeon, and that's all I'm going to have to say about that. But anyway.
Unless these people know something that we don't.
Well, from what I've heard, a lot of people don't like the book because it kind of insults groups of people and whatnot. That's what I was hearing.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
It's something phobic. I forget which one it is. Transphobic
Well,
or
let me ask you
something.
a question. Is supposed to be Doctor Who stuff in that too, or no? Probably not, right?
No,
The movie's
no.
probably more streamlined for the regular moviegoers.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, Chucky's in there, right? And Freddy Krueger and
There's
Jason
a lot
in
of
there, too?
people in
Tomb
this
Raider
movie.
on there too.
Yeah, there's even a scene where there's a mountain and you see Batman throwing a
And the
grappling
Iron
hook
Giant.
with a
Yes.
gun. And everyone's
Yes.
losing their crap over there. Like, Iron Giant never had a
So
gun.
basically, it's just everything goes in this world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or whatever.
Okay. So we'll see.
That's
Scott's
crazy.
with Tomb Raider. He liked it.
Mm-hmm.
So what else is going on, Chris?
So the book or the novel for The Last Jedi is out now,
Okay.
along with the deleted scenes for The Last Jedi, and there are a bunch actually, and I have to say, as someone who really liked The Last Jedi, those deleted scenes, had they been in the movie, probably would have made it even better.
Yeah, the
Really?
Phasma one's really good.
That Phasma scene, let me tell you something. That Phasma scene we got in the movie
Crap.
is far inferior to what they had planned.
Yep.
Why did they cut it?
I
Agreed.
have no idea.
And it was filmed.
Let me tell you, I'll tell you this. It was filmed, it was almost complete. You can see it online with the rest of the deleted scenes. This scene, I was literally on the edge of my seat with this scene. Like,
What?
I could not believe that they cut this scene from the movie.
Exactly.
It made so much more sense for this scene to be in the movie with the. Now, there is one thing that I didn't like about it, but it's a very minor thing, and it really wouldn't have hurt the scene at all, really, the more I think about it. You got so much more character development for both her and Finn in this scene than anything that happened in episode 8.
Jesus Christ! What
Wow.
the hell
I'm
is in
telling
this
you.
scene?
You got. I can't explain it to you. You got to see it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Phasma with a little more badassness than she's had in the last 2 movies.
Yes.
But it's not canon now, though.
Well, no, because we got this other scene. But I'm telling you right now, and this is just my opinion, whoever made that decision to cut that scene, bad call.
Yeah,
Very bad call.
Phasma
Wow.
deserved better.
Well, that's crazy.
It really, like, I'm trying to explain how.
How long is the scene?
Well, altogether, the video I think is like 10, 15 minutes with the deleted scenes.
But how long is the Phasma scene?
I think it's a little over
2
a
or 3
minute.
minutes, maybe.
Can you send that to me?
You can find the whole thing on there. It's not a separate.
Well, the Star Wars show did the episode where they leaked just the Phasma scene. I remember. I can probably
Oh, yeah,
find
they-
that.
Let me see.
There's also another scene with Luke in there that again, I think hammers home the point that they're trying to make with the Jedi here, that, you know, maybe they're not the best people. And it makes a lot of sense when you listen to what he says. And on top of that, it gives him a reason for not wanting to go with Rey at the end of the movie.
Oh, shit.
You damn kids, get off my lawn.
Basically. So I don't know, like, I understand the movie might have been too long, but I would have been okay with an extra half hour if this is what we got. Like, me personally.
Does the scene start off with she's climbing
Yeah.
from the ledge? Okay.
Yes.
That was so cool, and her mask was cracked.
Wow. So, like, what was the Luke thing?
So basically with that scene, and spoilers if you don't want to hear, it is a deleted scene, so technically it's not canon. However, if it is in the book, I don't know for sure, but if it's in the book, that means it's canon. But it's shortly after Luke tells Rey, you know, his version of what happened with him and Kylo Ren, right?
Okay.
And off in the distance, she sees like some fires and whatnot starting to come up, and
Right.
she's like, "What the hell's happening?" And Luke says, "There's a tribe on the neighboring island that comes over to this island and pillages the caretaker's village. Once a month, they take what they want and then they leave, and then they
Right.
come back the next month." And she's like, "Well, we got to go help them." And Luke says, "Do you know what a Jedi would do in this situation?" And she's like, "No, what does it matter?" And he goes, "Well, a Jedi would have stood by and let it happen.
What?
Because if you go down there and you start fighting them, they're going to come back with greater forces and they're going to kill all of the villagers." And she's like, "Yeah, but we can still stop them." And he goes, "Yeah, are you going to be here next month?" And she's like, "What? We can't let this happen." So she runs off, and he's like, "Rey, don't go. You're going to make this worse." And so she runs off. She gets to the village. She's got the lightsaber. She gets in there. There's no village being attacked. There's no bandits. There's nothing happening except the villagers are having a celebration.
Luke tricked her.
And she's like, "What the hell?" And then the whole moral is when she finds him, she's like, "Why did you lie to me? Like, what? Why would you tell me that they're being attacked?" And he goes, "You see what you just did? Where you ran off to help them because you believed they needed help? That's what the resistance needs. They need someone to take action. They don't need the Jedi who would stand around and let that happen just to maintain balance."
So he's saying that he did the right thing, leaving Master Yoda to go help Han and Leia. Like he chose against Jedi teachings, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And the whole idea is maybe the Jedi aren't the best people to be protecting the galaxy.
Wow. Wow. That's interesting. And they built them up so big, and they stuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Yoda
And it
probably,
actually,
yeah.
it goes back to what, if you know, well, I mean, this was the old story, but I think it's probably going to hold true in this canon as well. If you know the whole story as to why Count Dooku turned to the dark side, it's literally because of what Luke was saying. that the Jedi were doing nothing when all these calamities were happening in the galaxy, and he was like, Jedi are dying, people are dying, why aren't we doing something? And they're like, well, the Senate doesn't want us to do anything, and we're not, we don't protect the galaxy, we just maintain balance. And Dooku's like, but how is this okay? How is it okay for us to just stand by when we have some ability? Maybe we can't stop everything, but we can stop some of it. And
But
they're
then
like, no.
how does that make sense that he becomes evil, though? I don't understand.
Because he leaves the Jedi, and the way Palpatine turned him to the dark side was basically saying, you're right. The Jedi aren't doing anything, but we can.
Right. And then he just got twisted, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Lost his way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Wow. Interesting stuff, man. So you highly recommend this?
Yeah, I mean, definitely check out the deleted scenes, and check out the read the book. I haven't read the book yet, but from what I've heard, there's a lot of stuff in there about Snoke, about Kylo Ren, what he's thinking at the time. There's a, I don't want to give too much away, but there's a apparently a scene in there where he considers going back to save Leia.
So if this stuff was all added in the movie, it would be a different animal, a different type of movie?
I think it would have felt the same, but I think what we would have seen would have been different.
Would I have enjoyed it if this stuff was in there?
I mean, they don't change anything like fundamentally. Like everything is basically status quo, but there are things like that Phasma scene that it's like that would have been better. Like in the deleted scenes, the opening of the movie was supposed to be when Finn wakes up, and he sees Poe, and then Poe goes to do what he does. I think that would have been a better way to open the movie, because it to me like when I was thinking about where it would go from there, it flowed better. Because
if it started with him waking up and then them being attacked or something,
yeah,
it would have been like boom action as soon as it start.
But and there's also a line of dialogue in there too, where he tells Poe, he's like, Poe, I don't mean to like burst your bubble or anything, but I'm not a part of this resistance. I just kind of got drawn here out of circumstance.
Right.
This is not what I'm trying to do. And Poe's like, don't worry, it's okay, you're here with us now. But you can see Finn is like, but I don't want to be.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So it makes more sense for him to go find Rey. And there's also a scene in there where he's on the ship contemplating what to do, and then BB-8 rolls up, and he's trying to cheer him up, and then he plays a hologram projection of what Rey says to Finn at the end of The Force Awakens when he's passed out.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him say, I gotta go find her.
Oh, that would have made more sense.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Who's the freaking person that decided to delete this shit?
Got me. I don't know.
That's stupid shit.
They must have been so enamored by the Porgs that they decided to go, oops.
Freaking Porgs.
Maybe it was the Porgs. They wanted their own movie, so
they
went over
ate
and
the
whispered
film
in their ear.
Well, I wanted to talk about the main thing I wanted to talk about. You know what I want to talk about mainly? The Avengers. Infinity War.
That trailer was amazing.
I mean, you liked it, Chris, or no?
I thought it was all right.
Wow. Oh, my God.
I don't know. I'm just...
Dude, man. Captain America, like, trying to, like, oh, my God.
That was cool. I liked that. And I thought it was a good trailer and everything. I don't have anything to complain about. It's just my overall feeling with this is we really have to wait and see with this movie, because the trailers can be packed full of all the cool stuff or a fraction of it, and then we go see the movie, and because they're attempting something that's never been done before, we don't know what we're walking into.
Basically every DC trailer.
Pretty much.
Like the Immortals, which I saw.
How did they?
If you saw the trailer for that, then you saw the movie.
How did they know that Thanos is coming? Was it the Guardians of the Galaxy that warned them?
Probably.
assuming, yeah.
He
Yeah,
was
I
the
think
one
it's
telling
Guardian.
him about Thanos and what he was doing.
But how the hell did they get ahead of him?
Well, I mean, if they told them that he was coming, I mean, now you have, you know, the knowledge to be like, we got to protect the Vision, we got to find Strange, we got to see where this last Infinity Gem is.
Because
Which-
Strange has one with the
Yep.
Eye of Agamotto. Vision
Yes.
has one, right? Doesn't Wakanda have one?
I think, honestly, the Soul Gem is in the center of the damn thing that crashed at the beginning of the movie.
Which that's what the whole universe is, where they're all dead, but they're with the Panthers and with whatever.
I don't know. Like, I don't think that was, and I don't mean to spoil anything, but I don't think that was just a meteorite made of vibranium.
No.
I think that was
figured
that was something deliberate to keep the Soul Stone from being found.
Mm.
Right.
Because why else? Like, what else would you put in there, in the quote unquote hardest metal in the universe?
There's a
Oh, so the metal is wrapped around the gem.
That's what I'm
Mhm.
thinking.
go
And they have
see.
no clue.
Look online on YouTube. There's a thing because science, great series done by one of the guys from the Nerdist News, who even explains what would happen if an asteroid of vibranium actually crashed into Earth, and he does a very good explanation of what could have happened.
Wow.
I've heard rumors that the Soul Stone might be in Heimdall's sword.
But that doesn't make a lot of sense, because why is Thanos attacking Wakanda unless
Well-
he's just going for Vision? But we know he gets it, so like it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
It
ask you a
just doesn't
question.
make sense.
In the comics, he's able to use each gem, right? Before, like, if the Infinity Gauntlet wasn't formed, right? Isn't that the Gauntlet's useless unless all six are together?
No, because
Okay.
he uses everything we've seen with him, with the Gauntlet on. He's had two stones consistently. He's had the Space Gem and he's had the Power Gem.
Mhm.
With those, he rips a moon out of orbit and throws it at who I'm assuming is Doctor Strange, Captain or Iron Man, Spider-Man, the Guardians, at least some of them. So he can use them without having all of them.
How the hell does friggin' Doctor Strange get, like, helpless like that?
Yeah.
I always give him that.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
I think he was because you notice in that scene he doesn't have the cloak on, he doesn't have the Eye of Agamotto. I think he was captured, and they're
Yeah.
holding him. But they're
I like that
basically
scene
holding
where-
him there.
And he needs his hands free to do the spells, right?
Yeah.
I like that part where he's doing the spells and Star-Lord just jumping on each of the things before he starts. He's got his mask back. I figured he'd probably have some backup ones.
I showed off the Infinity War stuff from Toys R Us today in the
Yeah.
videos.
Actually, today I got Marvel Legends Thor.
Oh, nice.
I don't know why he comes with Heimdall's sword, but he does. It was a 2-pack. It also came with Valkyrie from Thor Ragnarok.
Right.
Yeah,
Wow.
I saw that on Amazon. I think that was Amazon I saw it on.
Oh, they released the poster for Infinity War today, too.
Yes.
I actually can show it. I got the
Yeah, I like the poster. Yeah, you want to put it in the thing?
There it is. Kind of looks like the Thor Ragnarok poster a little bit, but I have it as my computer,
Oh, that's
My
nice.
my laptop default.
Let me screen share this.
Boy, there's a lot of people in this.
Only people missing from the poster are Loki, Valkyrie, Ant-Man,
Hawkeye is in there,
and Hawkeye's not there.
and Nebula's not in it.
And she's right there.
Oh no, Nebula's there.
Even Wong is on the
Wong is
poster.
there. Black Panther people there.
Yeah.
Right, without his mask.
It's a big cast for that movie though.
Considered an all-star cast. That's what it'd been.
Yeah.
I love the end of the
Right?
end of the trailer. Hi, I'm Peter Parker, Doctor Strange. Oh, using our pretend names, I'm Spider-Man.
Yep. I love that last bit.
Oh, I'm Peter. I'm Peter.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Doctor Strange. Who usually I'm pretending names now. Spider-Man.
I love
That's
that.
pretty cool.
Because that's what I mentioned to Joe when I sent him the trailer.
Ugh.
It's kind of
So,
like a throwback.
Chris, you're not looking forward to it as much as other stuff?
Oh, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's just I'm not letting these trailers like make me be like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be great
Yeah.
because
Use
Wow.
your judgment.
we
I'm
gotta
talking
see.
about that hype.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That hype train.
the hype train is in the station, but I'm not getting on it just yet.
Exactly.
Well, let me ask you another question. I mean, it's a minor question. The Tomb Raider that just came out, right? You think that's going to just dethrone Black Panther?
No, no,
This is
because
coming from somebody who's
He's not a survivor.
upset about
I saw a review. Like, I didn't read the review, but I saw the headline for it, and it was like something to the effect of like, watching Tomb Raider is like a lesson in boredom or something like that.
Jesus.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah, someone said watching Tomb Raider is like watching a loading screen for a video game.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. Yep.
You know what I wonder?
Damn.
I can
That was
relate to
IGN,
that.
I think.
You know what I wonder? I wonder if Wonder Woman visited Wakanda. No. Oh, stop it.
Oh God, don't.
Stop it.
Don't. Let them stand on their
Who
own
does
two
that? Who does that? All right.
feet.
Draconians.
No.
Everybody. All right. That's pretty funny. All right. So, what else? I mean, with the Avengers now, is the next one called Infinity Gauntlet? I mean, is that what it's going to be, Chris, or?
I mean, I don't know.
Probably.
It's just called Entitled Infinity.
Well, let me ask you a question. What if something happens and they all lose? Like, maybe the Shems go out of control and they're all like... Would they have to team up with Thanos to right the universe, or no? That would be... I mean, in Infinity Gauntlet, he lost the gauntlet, though. Right? And then Nebula got it, and this one got it, and then he got it back, right? And then Adam Warlock eventually got it from him, and they put it with the Infinity Watch, and they split it up, right?
Not to bring it
Yeah,
out.
but good old Adam is in like loading screen right now, so I mean.
Yeah. But supposedly Pip the Troll is in this, right? Peter Dinklage is in the Infinity War.
Well, I'll be dog. Let's
There you go.
get some Dinklage time on there.
So he's no longer Oliver Trask.
No, it's on like freaking
Donkey Kong.
Game of Thrones, I guess. No. Getting involved in everything over here. All right.
Yeah, let him.
Listen, all we need is Hugh Jackman and Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
Jodie Whittaker's the Invisible Woman. There you go. Now. I said that the other night, though. You watched that happen.
It probably is going to happen because she's the
Like,
only one.
I
that's
got
probably...
a job with the MCU, so thank you, BBC and Doctor Who. I'm out. No.
Yep. Peace out.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
and
letting me.
Disney turns around and like, oh, by the way, we bought the BBC, so.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Indeed.
That could happen, probably.
That should happen because they can get a lot of merchandising done with Doctor Who.
Oh,
What
better
is that
see.
once that purchase was there, then everybody and their mother was selling companies? Like Sony and this one and that one. It's like, Jesus. And then Disney's like,
Yep.
that's
Come
crazy.
on with it.
Let's go. I'll buy everything. It's like, wow.
Doctor Who, you don't have to worry about that theme park in England. We'll give you your own land with your own theme park.
That's right. Oh, listen, to be fair, okay, we're going to announce this on the Real Beans cast, but we are going to be reviewing Jodie Whittaker movies
God help us.
before it happens. And I just got a nice preview from this movie where we got to see her hairy armpit. So there you go.
Whoa.
See that trailer? That's what it's up.
I have. I'm
I
sorry,
know.
Chris.
Go ahead, Vaughn.
Yeah. I have a very legit comment to that, but I'm gonna wait till Will who wants to talk about
All
it.
right.
We don't
All right.
want to.
Oh, oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll do it. We'll do it. All right.
Yeah.
It was a joke, by the way. Don't get too serious now, like anybody.
Well,
All
there's
right.
at least one movie where you get to see her topless. So I mean,
Yeah, she does go topless in one movie, so that'd be fun for y'all.
Isn't she like, look at it, look?
So you get to see your dog bumps.
Feel
Well,
bad,
now
you're in
that
the
I'm-
hospital, look at it. All right, well.
now that I'm completely scarred,
Yes, I'm
Yes.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was the image that could have been left out of that movie, but they try to do realism in that movie for some reason, which I can understand that because that kind of fits what that movie was about.
Today we're just listen. We're gonna review that. We're gonna review whatever. I'm kind of down today because I was really looking forward. Besides doing the cast to play some PlayStation 4, so never would have woke up to realize that someone that sells cold cuts has my PlayStation or will have my PlayStation. That's a long story entirely, but
not to change the topic, but like, you get to watch Attack the Block if you're gonna review her movies. And
yes,
John Boyega's in that too.
Oh,
can't wait
yes,
for that.
I'm
Man.
watch that.
That's actually a pretty decent movie, to be honest
Really?
with you.
Okay.
Yeah. Even though the aliens are kind of a ripoff, but it's okay.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I know.
So we're gonna have our what are we gonna call it? The Jodie Whittaker-thon.
I wouldn't go that far with
All
her.
right.
No, I might watch one movie of hers.
How
and
many
that's it.
movies does she have though? Like 3?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and
Well,
then she
4.
got Broadchurch too. So
But she's in David Tennant's movie, right? Saint Trins or something.
Saint Tresians or something like. I
Something
know
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, David Tennant was in those movies, right?
yeah, he was. Yeah.
All right. So we got
I'm-
Attack the Block, that armpit movie,
Yeah.
the Peter O'Toole movie, and the.
I mean, she got some solid work though. I'm just
Right.
saying. I'm
Well,
not gonna-
listen, you know, I find it interesting because that movie that I saw a trailer to, she makes, you know, videos that she uploads to something like
Mhm.
YouTube, and
Yeah.
she lives in a shack. So
Yep.
that might be interesting, I guess. You know, but there we go. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So, and I've been very obsessed. Everybody knows with the Red Goblin. The Red Goblin is going to finally appear in Amazing Spider-Man 798 in April. I think it's April 4th, might be. And Dan Slott's going to be doing a wonderful book signing at JHU Comics, which I'll be there. So I'm going to go broke that day. Anyway.
It's gonna be a delayed April Fool's joke, and it's gonna be like Mr.
Imagine.
Mizzlepick from DC or something.
Yeah.
Right. But they changed the name to Supergirl, right? They were like Mystical, whatever the hell it is. All right, I can't even say it. All right, what else? It's got to be other stuff. Oh, Sheila LaBeouf.
Shia
Shia LaBeouf. Hi,
Shia
Sally. Sally says.
LaBeouf.
Shia
Shia
LaBeouf.
LaBeouf.
Okay,
Yeah,
so could
Shia
somebody
LaBeouf.
give advice to Shia LaBeouf to not bash every single movie he's ever been in so that way he can get work in the future? Like, how about just don't say anything? Like, maybe that would work.
But he's a Mensa member. No,
Is he? Oh God, I'm about to say.
He
Why?
just
What
needs
did
to
he say?
shut up. No, he bashed Transformers just recently.
Well, everybody bashes
he's like-
Transformers.
But he's bashing everything he's done, though.
Oh, but I bet he won't. Never mind. I'm not finna go there. This is a family-friendly one, but I know one film he won't bash, and it starts with an N.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
Yeah, I can't say it on here because
All
I'm
right.
trying to keep it PG.
Fun and family friendly. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enough
Yeah.
LaBeouf.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, he keeps talking and he keeps not getting work, and he's wondering why. Why am I being a victim? Wow.
Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Throw that
So, and in the chat we have members of our. Come in, Sally. All right. What else, Chris? Anything else?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, to be honest, it's been
Trying
kind of a
to
slow
find
news day
something.
today.
I know.
Yeah.
Avengers stuff.
There was, let's see. Now, Captain Marvel is being left out of this movie, but she's going to be in the next movie. So that's interesting. So we're going to have Captain Marvel. We're going to have Ant-Man and the Wasp, right? I guess, in the next
Can't wait to
one.
see that one.
All the people, they're going to try to bail them out, I guess, or something. I don't know.
I'm waiting for them to release like an official timeline for the MCU.
Good luck.
Because I think that's necessary. Apparently,
Yeah.
Kevin Feige has one.
Yeah, it's not. They're all
But-
messed up. He screwed it
I
up
mean-
in Homecoming.
Apparently, I almost said Wakanda the movie. Wow. Apparently, Black Panther like screws it up even more.
Wow. Well, okay.
Oh, hey, Sally.
Hello.
What's up?
What's up?
Hey, hey.
Right. So that chat has some good uses there. Got to see him. All right. So we got a revival coming on. We got a lot of those lately. You know what I'm going to talk about?
Yep.
You do?
Which revival? Roseanne or?
Well, Joan Hart is going to revive Clarissa Explains It All.
No, why?
Yeah.
Because she needs to
Why?
explain it. I don't know.
No hurting for money or business now?
She's
or-
not. No. She's not hurting. Here's the thing, okay? People were saying, well, she was upset because the Sabrina Teenage Witch is getting a reboot. But I mean, look, they're reviving everything. Will and Grace, Roseanne. Why not? Why not
What's
though?
the matter? Did Disney not screw her life up enough like
Well, she didn't work for.
the others?
Wait, did she? Was that under Disney? The
don't
Sabrina
know.
one.
Yeah, Sabrina was
think
under
so.
that. No,
That was
Like
NBC,
W-
yeah.
That was Nick.
Like-
Nickelodeon.
That was Nickelodeon. Yeah.
no, Clarissa was Nickelodeon. Sabrina was
Yeah.
ABC.
Yeah.
Yeah. DC. Yeah. Well, CW. What? No.
No, it was ABC.
ABC. Oh,
family.
okay.
Yeah.
ABC. Right. Family. Okay. So
So is they going to do it like Raven's Home? Because that's doing fairly well.
Clarissa's gonna be a mom now, and she'll probably have a daughter. So
Okay, so it's doing it like
one of
Raven's Home.
those.
Because on Raven's Home, Raven has a child, and the child has the powers now. Like she still have her powers, but the child has the boy. Her son has passed on to her son, and they doing it that way.
okay.
Yeah, as he tried to cope with his newfound powers.
Mm,
We got someone added to Magnum PI reboot. Zachary Knighton from Happy Endings and The Hitcher has scored the role of Rick Wright in Magnum PI.
Oh, Rick. Oh, that's nice. They
Yeah.
had the vehicle. Who's actually the guy who played Rick initially? He was the one who actually I remember it was the one who actually owned the Ferrari in that.
Oh, nice.
If I remember right.
Wasn't the guy with the helicopter? Or that was just somebody else? There was two people that helped Magnum PI, right?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Okay. So Higgins is going to be the female.
Oh, they gender changed her to.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Cagney Lacey is going to be the
No.
one from Grey's Anatomy that they both got fired, but one of them, and not Steven Spielberg's daughter, and the other one's going to be African American.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know which one.
I don't understand why that's coming back. I mean, we just one step away from Simon and Simon coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be
Well,
honest with you.
18's coming back, but we're all female. We know that.
Okay, now we really one step away from Simon and Simon to come
And
back.
then Riptide's not back yet, and Remington Steele is not back yet. But
Well, if you
Remington-
think about it in a way, I'm brain farting here. Remington Steele's coming back, but in the version of Magnum PI.
But wasn't Simon and Simon a spinoff of Magnum PI? Like they was the detectives on that show, and then they got their own show due to that.
I don't know.
Because I could have sworn.
it's like,
that Simon
I
Simon was-
don't remember
Hey.
that episode. I don't know.
Yeah, I could remember they started on Magnum, I think, and then they got their spinoff from that.
Well, who had the most spin-offs? Happy Days?
Happy Days.
Mork and Mindy,
Because Happy
Laverne
Days-
and Shirley, Tony Loves Chachi.
Yeah, but
Before.
if you love American Styles, where they got
Yep, there we go. I
They
was about to say that.
Yeah. So you can't really count Love American Style because that's how it was, how it got started. Because a lot of people say that's a spinoff, but it's not. Who else? I was looking at somebody last night, and I was like, they're doing fairly well for themselves.
Cool.
They had a there has not been another show since Cheers that had a really successful spinoff, and all the actors did fairly well on their show.
I know.
I'm trying to think of the show. It's a recent show
Cheers,
too.
There was Wings. There was.
Is it Frasier?
Frasier is the one that was the really successful one that ran for a
Cheers.
long time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the show because I was like,
I know they did crossovers with Magnum, but that's what they're saying here.
But they never was spinoffs of that. They wasn't a direct spinoff of that show.
I don't think so. They so far from Wikipedia, I haven't found anything.
Okay.
We know Wikipedia knows all.
It's what somebody told. I looked it up. Okay, maybe that was it. Then they was crossing over. I'm trying to think. I can't think of the name of that series. That I was like, they have a spinoff show.
Well, it was Different Strokes, and then they had Facts of Life, right?
But then there was also
Archie Bunker and Jeffersons.
Perfect Strangers and Family Matters was the spinoff of that because it's spinoff of.
Let's see. Soap with Benson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
about Mr. Belvedere? Was that connected to anything?
No, it was standalone.
All right.
I can't think of it. It was a recent thing. I was like, they have a spinoff.
Aren't they trying to bring back Happy Days? Or no?
Oh, I hope not.
I know Fantasy Island is coming back where Mr. Rourke is going to be Mrs. Rourke.
Yeah, because they had that. They had a remake about a few years ago.
In that case, bring back Scarecrow and Mrs. King. If they doing it, if they're gonna do it, if they're gonna go out heart to heart, yeah.
Yeah.
And we got this, Ben. I'll give this to you. We can talk about this. If my computer works. Where's it go? Okay. Here you go, Ben. Okay, maybe you won't go. What is happening? All right. You got it, Ben?
Yep, I see it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. The John Cho joins the Grudge reboot, so the new Mr. Sulu.
Sam Raimi's doing the Grudge reboot.
Mm-hmm.
But that's interesting. I hope Ash vs. Evil Dead gets signed for another season.
I hope so too.
Bruce Campbell was at a recent a Q&A with fans across the pond. He doesn't think it's gonna get signed, and he says if it doesn't, he's not playing Ash anymore.
What?
What if it does get? What do you mean
if it doesn't get signed, he's not going to.
He's not playing Ash anymore.
He doesn't want to play Ash anymore.
They ain't right then. I don't blame him.
Unless he does a movie, he won't do a movie.
I thought I heard him say he would be thinking of doing it, but at that Q&A, he said no more Ash if the season gets.
Wow.
So if Sam Raimi and Rob Tagford are doing the Grudge reboot, does that mean that Doubtful will be in it and Bruce Campbell will have a cameo?
Maybe.
That's how it usually goes.
Well, he wasn't in Dragon in Hell, right? He wasn't in that, was he?
No.
I don't think so. Remember that?
Well, he was in the Oz movie that he did for Disney.
Yeah, I know, and it was like Army of Darkness Part 2.
Bruce was in it for like 2 seconds, basically.
No, but the whole thing was like Army of Darkness training. It was a long story. But anyway, Chris, I have a question for you. Is John Cena the new face of Blue's Clues?
I'm sorry, you broke up there. What did you say?
Is John Cena the new face of Blue's Clues?
Sorry.
Well, I know he auditioned for it, but I don't know if he got it. And I know that Steve was not having it, and he was like, "I'll fight this man."
Steve.
Yeah, he was like, "I'll fight this man for the part."
Yep.
And I mean.
I don't want to
say
now.
I don't want to say anything, but John Cena's been looking for an opponent for WrestleMania these past few weeks. So I think we need to have John Cena versus Steve.
Oh,
winner is the new host of Blue's Clues.
Oh my God.
Let's do it. Book it, Vince.
It would-
Macaulay Culkin
Those
has
two
said he'll
W's
fight
tap
with
out
that.
partner then? I mean, Blue.
I'm blue.
So is he gonna have weapons like notebook weapons? Is he gonna take a big envelope? Here's the mail that never fails. I'm gonna hit Cena here. No. All right.
That's basically what Cena's moves are like. So I mean, yeah.
Oh,
dang.
snap.
imaginary.
So wait, Cena goes from trying to stop his daughter from having sex to teaching you clues for a notebook with a dog that it's like that.
How long would it be before Blue does the "you can't see me" thing and like wears a neon green armband and is like never give up because we do it for the kids.
Cena
Well,
won't-
it was better when Blue's Clues she didn't talk. The dog.
Oh.
Well,
Wait a minute.
also go out for Dora the Explorer if you're going to go that far.
Going on a berry hunt. Gonna
I
pick
just-
some juicy ones.
I just really realized that he's also the face of the Kids Choice Awards now, so it would be far off if he got that.
Don't expect Cena to put Blue over.
Yeah.
You won't put him over? Why not? Well, isn't Blue a girl or is it a boy?
I thought he
Don't matter. Cena's not putting him over.
It's a joke.
Wow.
He'll go to the producers and I think I'm the
Are
one
they
who
gonna
should
change the
solve.
theme music?
I think I'm the one that should solve the clues because I'm John Cena and I do for the kids. I do for the troops, and
Yeah.
I know Vince McMahon and I could bring the WWE Championship here and I can have it on the couch there, which by the way needs to be painted neon green because I'm John Cena and you can't see me and never give up and here's one of my towels and yeah I'm better than
They
Roman
should
Reigns.
start off the Blues Clues where he's looking for the address.
Oh
And,
man.
and Steve is like, "Oh, it's that way."
Yeah.
Like 100.
You know what will happen though, is that he'll be walking around that house, and like he'll be sitting in the chair and he'll go into the kitchen and whatnot, but like he doesn't know his own strength, so he'll wind up like breaking things. So like how the salt shaker and the pepper shaker are like they're alive.
And paprika.
Well, he'll be like, "Oh my gosh, you guys, that's one of the clues," and he'll go to pick them up to hug them, and they'll just shatter.
Right.
And then the kitchen will be like, "My God, he might have done,"
Well,
and then
he might
yeah.
be blaming it on the roids.
Well, I gotta tell you that Blue had more notebooks than the doctor had sonic screwdrivers. Okay.
Yes,
that's true.
Because it cost me like thousands of dollars when the kids were young. I had to buy there must have been 20, 30 Blue's Clues notebooks that I got for the kids. Like, ridiculous. So, that was the biggest thing back then. And and they came to the mall, too. But I don't like it when they replaced Steve with the Joe guy.
I'm kind of sad for the days when Canada partly owned Nickelodeon now.
How did we get from Last Jedi to Blue's Clues?
John Cena.
Right.
You asked the question about John Cena and Blues
He's probably going to be in the next Star Wars movie anyway.
Well, John Cena is voicing the new villain in the new
He's
Ninja
going to be
Turtles
the
cartoon.
First Order.
So is John Cena trying to track the same way as The Rock doing with these movies and stuff? Is he?
Well,
He
he's
won't
trying
even come
to.
close. No,
It's
it
not
won't happen.
working.
No,
I don't
but
think
he
anyway.
was a bit of a
Definitely
known
not.
person. He was Ferdinand the Bull. He's Baron Drax in the new Ninja Turtles cartoon.
He's not getting anywhere like The Rock is. Nobody will. Impossible.
No
No way.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, next big
Is
movie
there a
star.
record for the most movies that an actor made in history?
I think so.
Because The Rock is probably going to be close.
Yeah, it's probably something in porn, but like
Oh, wow.
No.
I don't know anything about that. But
That one covered.
all right. Thank you for changing the family show dynamic.
Oh, now I can see. I can say that film.
Oh my God. Wow.
weren't we talking about Jodie Whittaker being topless before? This show is already not family friendly. Like,
And then I tried a PG actual scientific word. It was
To infinity and no. All right. Anyway,
it's with Shia LaBeouf.
I don't want to see his buff. That's big.
Well, you wouldn't want to see this movie then. This movie is
Oh, that movie! I know what you're talking about.
That movie.
I never seen that.
That
There was
movie
two
is
parts.
There was 2 parts, and I watched both of them, and it was okay.
Jesus.
Here's my defense on this.
Sam
movie.
Witwicky? What's his name? Sam Witwicky?
Yeah.
Witwicky.
But here's my defense of this movie. To the cast, he needed a job, and plus this movie was by a man who, on his good day, was a masochist and liked to crush bits and pieces onto the ground with a hammer. And I'm not gonna say what the bits and pieces are, but get a framework of this. But it's a psychological theory about this woman, and she basically tells the story of her life to a stranger, and the stranger is a priest. And I put
wait, what?
Yeah, he's a priest. He's like, well, he's not a priest, but he lives the priest's life. So after she's found on the street, beaten, broken, everything, he takes her in to, get her fixed up and stuff like that. So it's basically her telling the story about her addiction, and I'm gonna leave it like that.
Her addiction to
that
profanity type of whatever thing she does, right? Okay.
Yes, her addiction, and it's just
okay.
And he plays the boyfriend that in chapters. It's by chapters. It's like in the later chapters. Yeah, it's a chapter like 1, 2, 3.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable right now. Yeah. Just like when me and Sharon went to say 50 Shades of Grey, and I saw all these old women licking their chops, and I'm like, I want to get out of here. Like,
this is not a movie that you want to eat popcorns.
No, you know what? We're out.
Yeah.
No, I don't want no. Let's just not go there.
No, we're not.
We're not.
Stop. We're not. Because it's a PG.
So, when's the next Smurf movie? Yeah. Or when they grow up and they're avatars. All right. Yeah. Terminator 6. Linda Hamilton. Pumping iron. What's going on?
Yeah, she's going to be like 80. And they're going to be like, we've got her now.
Well, I got to tell you, there was one of these B movies where it was about time travel, and she's in it as like a scientist. And when I looked at her and she looked like a grandma, I'm like, I got really scared. I'm like, wait a minute. She ages. I age. And then I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, she looked like a grandma. And I'm like, and she's going to be whipping out machine guns and lifting herself and doing pull-ups and stuff, and yeah, because James Cameron's doing this because he wants to show us how it's done because of Wonder Woman, right? Remember that? He said that. He's like, well, we're gonna have to show these kids how it's done, ex-wife. You know what? We're gonna spend $1 million on you in the gym, and we're gonna take care of that. And it's like, wait, what? Are you doing Terminator for the wrong reasons by doing it? Gotta prove a point. And we have a reason. The whole plot is revolved around Arnold Schwarzenegger being the Terminator because we just like him. He's cool. No, I don't know. Got really quiet really fast in here.
I don't think I really care.
What happened? We stopped talking about the rated stuff. We're talking normal stuff now. It doesn't need to be this quiet.
Oh, God.
It's like seeing The Mask and then seeing The Mask 2. And it's like, wow.
You go from Jim Carrey to Jamie Kennedy. That's such a downgrade.
My God.
Just so long as The Mask doesn't do a
Let's go.
Shades of Grey. I think we're okay on that.
No, we try to keep this clean and all.
Animated series.
Try not to.
I don't know what's happening in this case.
Going into to territories unknown. We're trying to keep it.
You know what movies I miss? I miss like the epic movies.
Oh, you talking about
fun of everything?
Oh yeah,
big scary movie.
Like they made like the Purge and they had the black version of the George. And then 50 Shades of Grey was like 50 Shades of Hay. Well, no, that's probably something else. But they did the Wayans, right? Was like
the Wayans. Yeah.
Mr. Grey was like Mr. Black or something. Jesus, I miss those spoof movies.
Me too.
Those are cool, man.
Yeah.
We need like Scary Movie 17. I mean, Anna Faris, what are you doing? I mean, like really.
Oh, Anna Faris.
Oh, she's overboard, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, she's
doing
doing well.
that.
She's on Mom. Is she the new person Overboard? Did she get that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's really good in Mom though. I love that movie show. I loved Overboard. So.
Well, the original. Loved Overboard, not her version. I don't know if I like that.
What you talking? Oh, I don't know.
Overboard's a reboot that she's doing.
Yeah, with the one with Goldie Hawn was in there.
Yeah, but it's reversed. The guy loses his memory.
Why?
Because that's what I'm talking about.
That's not the dynamic of the movie, because the whole movie was based off of what happens.
Because we need to give these roles to women now.
No, she could have did.
No,
that doesn't make sense.
Yes, well, this is what it is now. Women are getting the men roles, and the men are going to get the women roles. So when we have Splash the movie, Channing Tatum is going to be the mermaid.
Oh God, no!
No.
Please,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
I won't sign up for none of these movies because here's my thing. You shift the dynamic of the movie when you switch them like that.
I know that. Listen, didn't Jennifer Lawrence want to have the 18 with women or something? I mean, it's like, okay. Whatever.
Yeah,
No more
jeez.
Leslie Jones is going to play B8.
You keep saying that. That's so effed up.
Well, look, she's been trying to get herself pumped up anyway, so.
Oh, she could snap your neck with like a twig now.
Who? Leslie Jones?
Yeah, she's strong, man.
Yeah, she
Can't
is.
be the Rockers. That's Mr.
Yeah,
Cody, Mr.
that's great. First she'll blow your eardrums out, then she'll snap your neck.
Speaking about working out, did you see Sylvester Stallone pumping
did.
iron at 70 and like Dolph Lundgren at 60 or whatever?
I did.
Now, just a question though. Are they maybe they got things confused thinking this is Rocky 7? Because it's supposed to be Creed 2, right? I mean, they're not really supposed to be fighting, right?
No, he's fighting somebody Ivan Drago trains.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
but why is Sylvester Stallone working out, and why is Dolph Lundgren working out?
Because they're probably working out for the Expendables 4 because Stallone's back in it.
Oh, nice. That probably.
So it's not even Rocky then.
I don't even think so. Yeah, no, I doubt it.
Next to Expendables R. That's all that.
Well,
matters.
first of all, we knew that was happening though, because the movie company promised them because they screwed up.
Can we get Cynthia Rothrock to be in Expendables? Can that happen?
Who?
Well, she could be in the Expendables, but
yeah, Expendables is happening.
Really?
Apparently not anymore. But
wow,
You've had 3 expendable movies, and you've not offered to role to Bruce Campbell.
I know.
Because I growed up watching her movies, and she's really good. She's really good.
I have a feeling we're gonna be seeing Mr. Cena in one of those eventually.
Jeez.
Cena, the Expendables, the Cena edition.
Yeah, I'm surprised The Rock isn't in one of them.
Yeah, why isn't The Rock in the Expendables?
Because The Rock is too busy fighting kaiju and
So Chris,
blowtorching people.
what was the Expendables supposed to be about, or it was just a working title?
It's basically just like it sounds. It was supposed to be like a female version of the Expendables, because the women of Hollywood were like, why don't we have our own version of that? And I was like, well, there are 2 answers to that question. Number 1, why do you need one? I know that's answering that's kind of questioning with a question, but hey. And number 2, y'all kind of suck as action actors.
Well, you're gonna have Avengers Force in 2020 probably, which is
now. Don't get me wrong. There are some women that I think are really good action actors or actresses. Well, I know I'm supposed to say actors, but you know what? Let's go down the rabbit hole. Actresses Why don't you put them in the Expendables?
That's what I thought that was they was gonna do because
You're like,
What-
what's wrong with men and women being
Co-op.
represented on the same level in the
Yeah.
same movie? There's a concept. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
you co-
why does
Because-
everything have to be split up? And then people get angry when it's like, isn't this just the
Exactly.
female version of that? They're like, no, it's a completely different thing. Well, no, it's not. But hey,
one minute you
Right.
want to be co-op, and then the next minute, oh, we got to have everything separate. Come on, make up your mind.
I just got a feeling that it's doing something that like back in the day, and it's the same concept. When a movie, this is about music basically, where you had one a Caucasian male put out a song, and then there's another version of that song.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly what's happening with this. We are not going to get nowhere if we don't work together. We
Yep.
have to work together on different stuff. I mean, it's basically history repeating itself, but it's where women's want to be. We all can be equal. But now people are taking it a little bit too far, which you have to have a female. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to see female representation on his films, you know, and I'm getting that. But you don't have to go overboard with it. When you have established male role, and then you take it and split it off and do a female version of that role, or you switch genders on shows that don't.
no, I agree 100%. I'll tell you, I saw this shortly before we went on this cast, and I don't know if this was a joke, but it wasn't presented like a joke, which is why I think these people were being serious about this, and the like positive reaction it was getting was making me worry because, you know, film studios
Yeah.
are paying attention to social media and stuff.
Yeah.
But basically, to get to the point, there were people talking about what if they rebooted Indiana Jones? And they were like, you know who would be a great Indiana Jones? Lupita Nyong'o.
But that's Laura Croft.
But wait. And
yeah,
I was
that
like,
is the only problem.
I was like, wait a minute. How did you come to that conclusion? But then they went like another level. So it's like Inception. They're like, you know what they should do? They should make her Indiana Jones. And instead of finding artifacts, she gives them back to their cultures.
Oh, Jesus Christ,
Oh,
Robin Hood. What
my
the?
And I was like,
Oh my-
you know what
No.
you just described?
Robin
And
Hood.
someone
Rob-
put this
yeah.
out in the comments. They're like, you know what you just described? Probably a good story for a new character.
Exactly. Somebody original, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, there's a concept. Like
But
a
because-
new character.
And it's this thing going on that they have to piggyback. And then if they would have did some little bit of research behind this statement, they would know that Laura Croft was a result of that.
Yeah.
Like they want a female Indiana Jones. So this game developer say, hey, we're not going to do a movie version. We're going to do a game version so people can actually interact with this character. And that's what the evolution of Laura Croft was.
But isn't Uncharted like Indiana Jones also?
Yes, it's supposed to be. Okay, here's what Uncharted is. Okay, basically, this was a result of the time period between the Tomb Raiders, where Tomb Raider was up for licensing. Sony did not have a flagship character, which they had Crash Bandicoot, but they needed something stronger. Since they couldn't get the rights to Tomb Raider, they went to Naughty Dog, and Naughty Dog created Nathan Drake. That's what the result of the Uncharted series was.
Okay.
And it's piggybacking off of a male version of Tomb Raider. So in essence, it's piggybacking off of Indiana Jones, but it's a long way around
Gotcha.
to do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
I got a
game
headache.
you
Yeah.
should play, Joe.
What?
On a stream, if you play Uncharted.
Yeah, I intend to actually.
Yeah.
But you see, like what to kind of go off of what Vaughn was saying though. See how Nathan Drake is a new character who pays homage to Indiana Jones and Lara Croft?
Yep.
Right.
What is the problem with that? They made that character, who's a clear homage to Indiana Jones and Lara Croft, but he went in his own direction.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
surprise, he's one of the more popular video game characters now. So
Right.
if you wanted to make a character like Indiana Jones and pay homage to it, and you could cast anybody you want and do a story like that, and people would probably like it. If you're gonna have some people that are like, "Well, it's just a ripoff," but
Well, still, it's a new
if you
character.
do it right,
Yeah.
but if you do it right, that's why when I see, oh, we're doing this again, but wouldn't it be cool? There you go. If
Yeah, I know.
Wouldn't it be
if
cool?
this was a woman, and it's like,
Yeah.
no, like that. And then they're like, well, no, it has nothing to do with gender. Yeah, no, it does. Because you're the one who's making the active decision to be like, well, let's change this. And how does that affect the story?
And not only because they decided to do original with Nathan Drake, they implemented a thing that has happened in gaming since. They took it to the next level, and that's environmental change, where you actually you can feel the ground shaking, and you can feel that ground coming from you. You have to think quickly. The QuickTime thing is also a result of Nathan Drake, but it's a game changer. QuickTime, where you it's due to the environmental change where you doing a jump and the ground gives away underneath you. You either can press that button right then, or you can face the consequences of your actions.
But isn't that like Resident Evil? Like when the boulder and you got to press it to make a choice?
Well, yeah, but
Resident Evil 4?
It's kind of like that, but they didn't do it to the degree of what Nathan Drake did, though.
Okay.
It's like in games, like Resident Evil is just like an MMO, so they have their own set, but Nathan Drake, as far as environmental change and having to react to certain things, the way it was shaped, it was never done before. Like even in Tomb Raider
and God of War, even a little bit of Mass Effect even has the QuickTime.
Yeah, and also the environmental change, because Tomb Raider in the new one copied off of Uncharted Drake with the different environmental changes. And it's not even QuickTime. It's basically with something that happens, like you can be in a snowstorm or you can be in rain, just environmental changes that affects your character's movement and how you play it.
Conquering it due to the environmental.
Yeah. But to get back to what Chris was saying, and that's, if we didn't have that, then if it wasn't original, we wouldn't have all of that, because it led the way to other games being made.
Well, look at, like, say, Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts, and then Maximo. And then people started trying to do knockoffs of that. Same thing like Mario. There was Crash Bandicoot, and everything, like, pays homage to something else.
Yeah.
Sonic.
Zombies Ate My Neighborhood could have been a
Zombies Ate My Neighbor.
Yeah.
That was one of the greatest games, man.
That game was really good. I would like to see a reboot of that.
Yeah. I'm sure, like, Plants vs. Zombies, that's something else, but, I mean.
Yeah.
I want, again, I'm going to go nuts, because, of course, I'm going to buy Spider-Man for PS4 when it comes out. But I want a Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts, some type of sequel. I want to. Punch-Out's for Nintendo, I know that, but, like, certain things like we played in the past, like Contra, I know they're making a new version of it. Castlevania, I want to play, but I know that they have another thing that's like Castlevania, but from the creator of Castlevania, they call it something else, right? So, I mean, I still want my 2D stuff, though, besides the 3D stuff. And I think they should keep that going, too.
Yeah.
Like a Metroid size, rather than a 3D one. But,
Oh yeah, sorry, Chris. I kind of cut you off.
No, you're good.
I'm sorry.
If we're talking about games, I'd love to see them return. It was a game I had for the NES called Nightshade, which was pretty good.
How was that game?
It was decent. It was similar to Dragon's Lair, where sometimes you had to time the things in order to.
I remember playing that in the arcade.
You know what I would like to see a reboot? There was this game from Rockstar. Like, it was one of their early games. It was called Ani. And it was about this technological woman, and she was like in this, like, cyborg costume, and she just go around trying to figure out like some weird stuff was happening at this factory, and she just went around and tried to solve puzzles and stuff with a beam, and it was really good.
I remember playing this game for Commodore 64 called Karateka, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were like fighting all these people, karate outside, and then you get into the jail cell with the princess, right?
Mm-hmm.
And once I got into the jail cell, I never knew what to do.
Oh, that sucks. That's like the awful feeling.
That's it. It's over. I didn't know what the whole game was. That was about. To this day, though. There's some games I never figured out, like Sword Quest.
There's YouTube. Yeah. You can look that stuff up now.
I know. I used to like the Quest Pro Marvel games, the Spider-Man.
And see, that is kind of downfall of YouTube, though, because you have an easy access. You're not really thinking the problem through anymore. Like when you get stuck, and I'm guilty of doing this. I see Let's Plays and try to figure out what a part of them, and then see how they do it to get past it.
Oh, when I played something, I never looked at hint books. I never. After a while, I did later on. I'm like, but when I beat Final Fantasy VII, I just like boom myself.
I think there was a Tomb Raider game where I was stuck like for months on this.
Well, what was it? It was Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Then Crystal Dynamics bought it, right?
And that's when it became Last Revelation, and then it became Last Revelation.
But it got really. It was a shitty one. It was a really shitty one, right?
Angel of Darkness
was a shitty one.
Yes.
Yeah, because that kind of dropped. I dropped off though.
Yeah, get away from what Lord.
That started to be like when I stopped playing after a while. It's like stupid shit.
And then because Angel of Darkness was just like really bad as far as choose your own adventure type styles. Like you had to be conscious. Like if you talk to somebody trying to figure out. Yes. You had to be careful of how you react to them because it was not full-fledged, consequences like it is with say Mass Effect or oh god, the other one that's really good that the gentleman said on the comment. It wasn't to the extent of those games. You had 3 choices. You had to pick the best one, and then 2 of them you died, the other one you didn't.
You know what game was good when PlayStation 1 came? The first PlayStation came out, right? Yeah. The games are this big, right? Mm-hmm. I don't remember when it first came out. Mark Hamill was in this thing called Wing Commander.
Oh, I heard of Wing Commander.
It was Wing Commander 3 and Wing Commander 4, but and then Wing Commander 5. And it was a thing where you had a choice, and there was cinematic scenes. Mm-hmm. And if you chose a different thing, then you would get a whole different timeline of stuff happening.
He also spoke for Wolverine in the video games. I forget which system.
Really?
I really liked that Wing Commander 3.
Mm-hmm.
I had
really good.
I can't believe it Wolverine.
Other games I used to play. Old school Mortal Kombat was good when you had the actual human bodies.
Yeah.
I love the death moves with those.
Yeah. Street Fighter, after a while, it was like Street Fighter 2, many different versions. Then when they did 3, it sucked.
Yes.
Right? And then they did 4. Did that suck then too, or no?
I dropped off after 3.
And then 5 is now, right?
Yeah, 5 is now.
But it can never be what Street Fighter 2 was. Like Street Fighter 2 Turbo was like the best. Right?
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo Championship or some whatever crap.
Yeah.
Then I used to like Darkstalkers. And then Darkstalkers 3, and that was like a fighting game, and then they didn't do anything with it. They had Puzzle Fighters.
You know what was a good fighting game that I think they rebooted, but it didn't last as long? Killer Instinct.
Yes.
Killer Instinct was just really a masterpiece in combos. Like your death moves, just with Orchard.
Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
I love that. And then they had Clay Fighter after a while, but Clay Fighter was kind of a little slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I used to play with Orchard, and she'll have the I forgot what you call those things, the nunchucks, and she just start getting her going, and she just like.
I had the Street Fighter. I had the Star Wars fighting game, Master of Teresa Sai, whatever the hell it is. I didn't like that though. The fighting Star Wars fighting game.
No, Xena had a fighting game too.
Oh, okay. There was a Xena regular game, I remember.
Yeah, I played the Xena regular game, but they also.
I like that, but.
It had this. I kind of liked it, but I just couldn't get. I didn't like that you couldn't see when she threw the chakra. You couldn't see it went
Anything
to
else
first
around it.
person. Yeah, you had to follow the chakra all the way around to hit
Yeah.
the person, and then it. I mean, it was a cool effect, but it didn't let me see what enemy I'm hitting. I
Right.
couldn't get. It wasn't accurate, but her fighting game was really good from what I would.
I didn't like it when the Mario games had friggin' Yoshi. I felt it ruined the whole thing because the whole thing is about Mario. Now it's about the stupid thing.
Oh
that you
yeah,
run around.
Yoshi. Yeah.
I hated that. That's what I thought. I fell off with that too. There was a game called Blastomaster. I really liked that.
Yep, I had a neighbor had that.
And then there was something where you shrunk down to like small size. I don't know what that was. Was that Blastomaster? Might have been Blastomaster. No.
No, I don't think that would.
Because that would be an interesting game to have them bring back.
Then they had these weird games, like it was like Parasite Eve.
Oh, I played Parasite Eve.
Right?
I love the day.
And 1 and 2.
Yes,
And
I love
then
Parasite Eve.
and then they had like Overblood, and there was another game that was trying to be like a horror thing. It was weird. And then it was like it was Clock Tower.
What's it?
Clock Tower, I guess, became Slenderman,
Yeah.
right? Or something.
Yeah,
like
I think so. Yeah, I think Parasite Eve should come back.
Well, didn't they make a third one, or they said third year or something, or what was that? Was that Parasite Eve or wasn't Parasite Eve?
There wasn't. I think only Parasite had 1 and 2.
Well, Third Birthday. Wasn't Third Birthday supposed to be Parasite Eve 3?
I don't know.
Something like that, I think. Then there was a game, was it Deception? Where you basically, that was what you were doing. You were tricking the people into falling into the traps
Yeah.
that you laid out. I like that game. Castlevania, when they did the 3D one, where you had to go in the basement and fight that creature, that was cool. Which one, Scott?
Primal. With the
Primal,
gal.
yes.
Yes, I had that game. I can't remember if I beat that or not, but
Altered Beast.
Hmm.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts, but Genesis. The sound was amazing. And first Sonic was amazing.
Oh yeah, first Sonic. I've
First,
still got sweet.
And you know what's weird? The graphics got worse.
It really did.
Why couldn't they make it like the first one?
Yeah, it's like how the first one get the better graphics than it did.
They had better power-ups, but if they would have kept it like the graphics of the first one, but the power-ups of the second and third, just like Mega Man. When you had the Mega Buster where you could be able to power that up and then shoot it, that was great. Or when you had the double jumps. But before that, it was hard as hell, man. The Mega Man games. But we got a new Mega Man coming out, which I'm happy about.
See, they have a couple of Sonic games on PlayStation now that I've been playing. So
But they all sucked, though, right? I bought the Dreamcast. They had that game too. Sonic Adventure.
The Sonic game that they have is weird though. It's like all the characters are like kidnapped or something. They go into like different levels, and most of some of the characters fall into like the Sonic 1 levels, and then we play it, but it's all updated graphics.
There was even a game for Knuckles, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog. I think Knuckles had a game too.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. I mean, that's why I lost. I was like, I can't do it no more with you, Sonic.
Akari Warriors 1 and 2. Remember?
I used to play wrestling games.
SmackDown.
SmackDown. Yeah.
And
Used to play a lot of wrestling games back in the day.
then I got smart and realized that they were a waste of money because they would just add everything to the next game that wasn't in the previous one.
I had the Turtles fighting game. Remember that?
I didn't remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Avengers game.
Yep,
I had
Avengers.
I had one Resident Evil game, and that was Code Veronica.
Oh, I love that for Dreamcast. But that was supposed to be just exclusive to Dreamcast. And that was different, but it was good. But then they ruined it and put it on PlayStation.
Yeah, they did. That's why I got it for it.
I was like, oh my god, that's the only reason I bought that system.
But I also liked the snowboarding games. I was a big fan of SSX.
And Crazy Taxi was on that too. I used to play the Simpsons game all the time where you're just racing around town. What was that? Home and I don't know what that was called.
I wasn't aware Simpsons had a video game. I know Xbox had a video game.
Yes, which was kind of interesting.
Chris, are you into games or no?
Yeah, every now and then.
Okay.
Yeah, we sorry.
What's going on with this? To get off topic of the games, what's going on with the Star Wars animated thing? I mean, is that the Resistance is the next one, or what is it? Like the follow-up to Rebels?
They haven't announced anything yet. I heard a rumor that they were really interested in potentially doing a show that or doing something with Hera and Kanan's son, but that's just a rumor right now.
So now I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna play Super Nintendo. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Probably. I was playing the game 2 weeks ago, the Infinity Gems one. It was Super Nintendo.
A buddy of mine who's come back tells me about this one system called, I think it's called Retcon or something like that. That's
what I have. Retcon 2. And it's a Nintendo and a Super Nintendo combined. Retron.
Yeah, Retron is what you
brings about. It's an emulator?
No, you can play
it's actually
old and new NES games.
That's nice. What I do. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, this is a nice long cast, and now we got to get out of here. So thank you, guys.
Bye.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.